After the awakening ceremony was finished, Lu Fan was walking in the old town of Jianhai City. His system popped up, and his profile opened up onto the side. His profession was shown, and he is now a dragon tamer of level 10. His skill is that he can tame dragons and dragon-like creatures. He looked at his net worth, which was just 239 dragon points. Lu was getting the flashbacks where the students and the teacher were not able to believe that he had awakened as a dragon tamer. They thought that Lu was destined to be a mediocre because there was no way that the humans can possibly tame powerful creatures such as dragons. Even when Lu awakened a hidden profession, it was the weakest when it came to practical applicability. Some students didn't know about why the teachers were saying so and asked other students about why the dragon tamer profession was the weakest, even when it was one of the three major hidden professions alongside the dragon blood warrior and mage. Another student told him that most people would not even find dragons. And even when they could, there was no way that they could tame them because of their dangerous behavior. The headmaster was also disappointed and patted onto the shoulders. Lu Fan tell him that it was all right, and even if it was the weakest, a dragon tamer was still a hidden profession with boundless potential. The headmaster guessed that maybe Lu would be able to tame some sub-dragon species and become stronger. Profession, it was no use because Lu also knew that without a dragon tamer cannot be considered a powerful profession with boundless potential. Sub-dragon species were also nothing but mere ferocious beasts, nothing compared to the actual dragons. We come to know that in the 800-year history of the Dragon Kingdom, dragons have indeed appeared, but a dragon tamer who has actually tamed dragons has never existed. No matter how powerful the humans were, they were like mere ants in front of the dragon. Lu knew that wanting to tame a giant dragon was nothing but an unrealistic dream. He looked at his system, where his skills were locked up because he hadn't tamed a dragon yet. He was disappointed because his aunt was working so hard to support his education, but he could not even provide her with a better life. Now, as he looked in front of him, Lu was already in front of his house. Without even realizing it, he fixed his mood and got a fake smile on his face as he entered the house, telling his aunt that,
"Aunt, I am back."
She immediately leaped onto him while hugging him, happily. She asked Lu about how his day had gone, because that day was supposed to be the most fantastic day of his life. She wanted to know about the profession that Lu awakened to. Hearing this, Lu was suddenly disappointed in himself. But seeing this, his aunt immediately told him that it was okay if Lu didn't awaken a combat profession, because then it would have worried his aunt because Lu has to go outside to fight every day. Lu interrupted her loudly by saying that he indeed awakened a combat profession and become a dragon tamer, but the catch was that he could not do anything without taming the dragons. Hearing this, Lu's aunt was delighted, telling him that it does not matter if he was a dragon tamer without a dragon, because it still showed that Lu was really strong. She stood up from her seat and hugged Lu once again, telling him that if he can get into the college in the future, his aunt will still continue to support him. She gave Lu the option that if he didn't want to join a college, he can still join her in running the steamed bun shop instead. Hearing that, Lu was delighted and looked at his aunt in tears, but she told him to not worry too much about it. As dinner was getting cold, Lu finally looked at all the things his aunt prepared, knowing that he can't finish all of it alone. After finishing the dinner, Lu slammed down onto his bed. While thinking that even when his aunt was only 26 years old, she was working in a livelihood profession for so many years, Lu remembered her aunt's hand full of cuts and bruises, regretting that he was not even able to change her ordinary life. He wanted to live a better life with his aunt, but there was no way that it can possibly happen if Lu did not do anything as the dragon tamer. He slammed his fists onto the bed while thinking that a dragon tamer would really be a hidden profession, but he didn't know where to find a dragon. Now, suddenly a notification popped up saying, "Congratulations, Lu, for receiving the first day's treasure map." As Lu looked at the screen, he was shocked to know that he has got a divine level treasure map on the first day. But then something stuck into his mind, and he remembered that his system was called the Super Treasure Map system. When it activated, even at the awakening ceremony, Lu had only tried his appraisal function, but not tried the treasure map feature. As he clicked onto the treasure map icon, the system started telling him that a treasure map can be classified into 4 categories: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and divine. Using the system, he can combine 3 identical low-level treasure map into 1 high-level treasure map, and the system tell him that every day you will receive a randomly graded and randomly located treasure. You can find treasure map related to your profession. Then Lu Fan think it's his last option to shine, and to make his and his aunt's life better. So he must go wherever the map takes him. A big regional map popped up, telling Lu that the treasure was in Mount Shi.
Mount Shi Basin is not too far from Zhanghai City, and if I catch the last suburban bus at night, I can arrive there early in the morning.
Then the scene shift. Early morning arrived. Lu's aunt woke up while yawning into her nightdress. She turned on the light, then she looked at a note that was placed onto the dining table. She looked at Lu's room, but he was not present there. As the scene shifts, we see that there was a bus traveling in between the large mountains. The aunt started reading the letter, which told her that Lu was going to Mount Shi Basin for doing something that might be the only chance to change the fate of a dragon tamer. He told his aunt to not worry, as he will return soon. As the bus arrived at the train station and Lu climbed down from the bus, few suspicious individuals got behind him, not knowing about those suspicious individuals. Lu was determined that he will live a good life no matter what. He looked at the outskirts of Mount Shi Basin, which looked like a barren land. Suddenly someone slammed onto the travel backpack of Lu. And as he turned around, he saw a muscular guy, along with a small girl who was looking at Lu with suspicious eyes. Lu jumped back and immediately put his hand onto the weapon. He has got, but someone caught his shoulder from behind, asking him if he wanted to go together with them. As Lu looked behind him, he saw an old-looking man with an eye patch on his right eye. He shook off the man's hand immediately while telling them that he will not go with them. Lu knew that these guys could be dungeon robbers. The girl took out a knife from her pocket. While asking Lu to think about it once again, the eye patch man told him that it was dangerous to be alone in the wilderness at the night. Looking at them, Lu realized